So guys, today's topic is, as you all know, it's tuples. So what tuple is? Okay, it's very similar to what we have learned in last session, that is list. So can anyone just tell me what's the difference between list and tuple, if anyone knows? Just a basic question, even if you don't know, no worries, I'll explain it to you. But I just want to know whether anyone knows what's the difference between list and tuple. So just mention in your chat box if you know. Is there any difference at all, or there is no difference? List and tuples are pretty similar things, but what is the difference? Does anyone know that? Yeah, I'm getting the answer in chat box. Anyone knows? Happy Wednesday. Second, Amit. Okay, great. It's Amit's second session. Okay, I guess no one knows the difference between list and tuples, so no issues. Tuple is nothing but a list actually, but as you all know that list is mutable and iterable. Okay, it means we can make changes in list, whatever changes, as we have discussed this in yesterday's session, whatever changes that we make in the list, it gets modified, and the new list will have the changes saved in it. Okay, we have seen that copying the list, like L1 equals to L2. If we are making two lists equal, and what if we copy the content of L1 into L2? We have seen the difference within it. Okay, so that's how list is mutable. It means you can make changes in list and it will be saved in the original list. Okay, and talking about tuples, tuple is immutable. It means whatever changes you have made in tuple, it won't be happening, or actually there is no way to make changes in tuple, and even if you make it, it won't be stored in the original. So that's why tuples are immutable, and that's the main difference between list and tuples. List and tuples, list is mutable, tuple is immutable. If you know string is also immutable and iterable. For the newcomers, I guess it will be pretty, it might go bouncer to you because it's your first session, like those who are having its first session today, but don't worry, I'll explain everything to you in detail. Those who are newcomers who are joined now, like Saurabh, Supriya, Vaibhav, and Alan, can you just let me know whether it's your first session? Just mention yes in your comment box so that I'll go with that speed, and I'll help you out to understand today's session in the best way I could. So mention, just type yes in your chat box if that's your first session. So it's your Saurabh's first session, Alan's first session too. Okay, great. Don't worry, guys. Python is such a simple and pretty easy language that even if you're first session, you won't feel like it's your first session. It is that easy. And I'm damn sure at the end of today's session, you will feel pretty confident while typing out in Python. Because Python is that kind of language which is pretty similar to the human language, that is English. So be it for loop, while loop, is any if else statement, or any function. So you will see the syntax is pretty similar to the basic English that we use every day. So even when it comes to syntax, you don't have to remember much when it comes to syntax of Python. So I hope you will enjoy today's session. Just stay tuned and make sure you are typing out simultaneously with me, because these sessions are hands-on, so you are expected to type it out along with me. So make sure you're you're having a proper system with you, be it mobile or laptop. Or Android, you can download Decoder, which is an application where you can type out Python code and run it simultaneously. And those who are having PC or laptop, I expect you all to be on Ubuntu or Windows. If Windows, use command prompt. If Ubuntu, use the normal terminal. It's basic, okay? And you are expected to download Python 3 version in your system, PC, laptop, whatever. And for Android, it's not needed. So yeah, let's start for today's session. Before that, mention yes if you all are ready to type out simultaneously with me and do a live hands-on session with me. Just mention yes quickly. Okay, Kushang is ready. Rest all, and I'm expecting a yes to you. Rohit is ready. Saurabh is ready. Great. Ruchita is ready. Lovely. Yeah. I forgot his name, I guess. It's Amit. Yeah, Amit is also ready. Okay, great. Lovely. Jinesh has joined for the newly now. No issues, Jinesh. You'll understand everything. We have not even started the session exactly. I expect you all to type it out simultaneously with me, whatever code we are typing out. Make sure Python 3 is installed in your system. It's for the newcomers. So yeah, let's start. I hope it's visible. I'm doing Control plus Shift plus plus sign to make it more visible to you all. Yeah. So yeah, to enter in Python, I'll type out Python 3. Now I have entered in Python. As you all can see, my system has Python 3.7.3 version in my laptop. So yeah, we have entered in Python right now. I'll clear the screen by typing out Control plus L. So my screen has got cleared. And now let's move into the tuples. So as I told you, tuple is pretty similar to list, but the main difference in tuple and list is mutable and tuple is immutable. It means the changes, when you form a tuple, there is no way you can make changes in it. Okay, so that's actually a plus point of tuple. I'd be very honest, you must be wondering why, and I'll explain it to you. Don't worry. So yeah. Main reason is actually when you type out in list anything, okay, and if you are making any changes in list, okay, if you have taken a list L1 equals to, I'm just giving you an example 1 2 3 4, okay, now print, you can type it out simultaneously with me. Okay, so this list is 1 2 3 4. Now let's make some changes in this list. I've made it 1 2 3. Now I've removed the last element in the list, that is I've removed 4. And now if I print L1, so here 4 has been removed, okay. So what if you're writing a huge amount of code and these minute change, if you are changing the list or if you are manipulating the list, okay, what if the content gets manipulated? It becomes a huge loss to the whole system. It might turn out to be a great loss in financial way also, okay, when it comes to huge companies. So their tuple plays an important role. So whatever data you are saving, if you don't want it to get changed, okay, if you don't want it to be, what I can say, manipulated, you want the previous data which has been stored to be in the same way. So instead of saving it in the form of list, the better programmer is expected to save it in the form of tuples, so that whatever changes has been done later on in the tuple, or whatever in whatever way it has been modified, it won't affect the original tuple. Okay, so that's the reason tuple is used for the more safety of any of the data that you are saving in whatever system or whatever, what I can say, in huge companies, as you can say. So yeah, now we are starting the exact tuple. Okay, so I'll just tell you before tuple, as you all know, we take list in square braces, we take tuples in round braces. So let's start typing it out. And tuples, every element of tuple is separated by comma. Okay, so I'll just tell you what happens if you don't separate it by comma also. So don't worry. Let's start typing it out. Let's say I'm taking an input as, I'd say, yes, it's my first session. Okay, Jinesh, don't worry. I'm damn sure at the end of today's session, you will be pretty confident about Python and you will be confidently able to type out some of the code, at least in tuple, in Python. And if you want to have the previous recordings of previous 5 sessions on Windows, what is the key to clear the screen? If I'm not wrong, CLS works. So Rutuja, give it a try. And if that doesn't work, because I'm a Linux person, so I generally don't prefer Windows when it comes to coding, but give it a try. CLS, yes, exactly. Try for CLS. If it doesn't work, then we'll think about it, but I'm damn sure CLS works. Okay, so let's start the coding. I'll take an input as map equals to input. Okay, so let's type out the input 1 space 2 space 3 space 4 space 5. Okay, Now let's see the type of map. So I would say print. I just want to show you in what way it's accepting the data. It's a string. See, we have taken the numbers, but it's still showing string because we have taken it in the form of strings only. You can see it, okay? The space and the numbers all includes and combinedly form a string. What if I want to change this into tuple? I want to change this string into tuple. So how can we do that? We can simply do map equals to tuple of map. That's it. So the map and the contents of map have been converted into tuple. Now let's see. So I'm using upper arrows and lower arrows to get the previous and next comments or code that we have typed out. See, it's tuple now. Now let's see how to take inputs in tuple. Okay, so type it out simultaneously with me. Let's say if you are taking an example as today is 8th March. Okay, so I'll say women equals to 8, comma, March. Uh-oh, EOL while scanning string literal. Okay, there is an estimation error that has been formed here, but no issues will change it as of now. Okay, so what problem, I'm sorry, what is the problem that has occurred here is I've taken here single quotes and here double quotes. So a typo error, just a typo error, don't worry. So by the way, in Python, you can write, yeah, inverted comma. So you, Ruchita says it doesn't work. Okay, we'll just get back to the clear screen thing in Windows. Don't worry. In Q&A session, we'll discuss about it. So in Python, it doesn't matter where you're having single quotes or double quotes. So you can take single quotes as well as double quotes. It's the same. Oh. Okay. So it has been stored. Now let's print the type of women. I'm sorry. See, it's tuple. Okay, because we have printed it in the same way that was supposed to happen. Like we have taken the elements. So here, if you don't give 8 in inverted commas, it will store as integer. And if you have given it, it's stored as string. Okay, so let's do another thing now. Let's take x2 or women we have taken. Now women 2. Let's take women 2. And if you're taking it as just as, let's say, 8, comma, March. See, I'm taking here everything in single quotes now. Previously, I took it in double quotes. Doesn't matter. Now let's check. So let's check the type of the previous code which we have mentioned. See, still it's tuple. So if you're taking multiple entities and if it's getting separated by a comma, the Python itself indicates or it itself understands that it has been come in the form of tuple. Okay, so even if you forget to mention the, what I can say, round braces, not an issue. It will be stored in Python in the form of tuple only. So Python is smart enough to understand if there is a comma between any two entities, so it considers that it has come in the form of tuples. Now let's do another thing. Now let's take women 3. Oops. 8. And what if I don't mention the comma? Okay, I have not mentioned the comma here. And let's print the type 3 here. See, as I told you, as the whole content of women 3, we have not mentioned it by giving a comma. That's why it comes as string now. So this whole term is considered as one string. Okay. So that's why that's the importance of comma in Python in tuples. So just have this in mind. Vrunda, Sureel have joined, I guess, HP, Gary. So those who are having this session for the first time, don't worry, you will understand everything. Just stay tuned with me. And I just type out a quick yes if all of you are understanding whatever I'm typing out. Quick yes, so that we move further. We could move further. Yes, yes, yes. Vrinda is understanding. Kushang is yes. Jinesh is ready. Great. Ruchita, Rohit, yes. Lovely. Okay, glad to see that. Now let's type out something different. So I'll teach you now how slicing and indexing works in Python. So I'll explain you what slicing and indexing is. So don't worry. Again, type out simultaneously with me. Let's take an example. X1 equals to, let's say if you are taking it in the form of list now. Okay, I'm taking it in the form of list. I'm sorry. So yeah, I'll take it in list. So I'm using round braces. It means I'm taking the input in the form of list. I'm putting my name. You can put your name and my age. And today is what? I'm sorry. I'm using round braces. It means it's tuple. And now I'm taking the list here inside it. Yeah. Yeah, Kushan. That's the tongue twister I've got. Yeah. Let's put the date. Today's date. 8 March. Okay. Now let's close these braces. Okay. So X1 is the list which contains 3 elements actually. So you must be wondering these are 4 elements, but no, these are 3 elements. First is Rutuja, having index 0. So in Python, the index of either list, string, tuple, or any other form, the index starts with 0. Okay, so here the first element will start with the index 0. So the value for first index, it will be, let's say your rule number starts with 1, 2, 3. Okay, but in Python, it starts with 0. So keep this in mind. So for the index of Rutuja is 0, 20 is 1, and the whole list 8 and March, it's 3. Okay, I'm sorry, it's having the index 2. Okay, so X1 has taken these values. Now let's figure out what's the type of X1. Print type of, it's definitely going to be tuple, not an issue. Yeah, exactly. Now let's do one thing. Print, I'm showing you the slicing now. So yeah, I'm sorry again. Yeah, X print X1 of 2. So as I told you, this is the indexing. Okay, so if we want to get value of this thing, okay, the second, third element which has index of 2 definitely. So print X1 of 2 means it will give us the value of the third element, okay, which is having index of 2. 3 minus 1. See, 8 March. What if we want index as 2? What if I want to mention the value 8 here? What if I want to print the value 8 here? Or what if I want to print the value of March? So can anyone tell me how it's possible? 20, exactly. For 8, it's 20, and for March, it will be 21. It means print the value of X1 with the index of 2, which means 8 March. And in that also, we'll have to mention what index exactly we want to get printed. So if I'm putting 1, it will show us the value of March. That's it. As simple as that. So this is called as indexing in Python. Now, what if we, and simultaneously, I would suggest slicing now. Let's do one thing, print type of X1 of 2. So it is supposed to show us that the type is, make sure you're completing the braces carefully, else it will show you an error. So here we have 2 square round braces, and you are supposed to complete it in proper way. See, So the type of this thing is list, definitely. Okay. What if we type, we want to know the type of what is inside this. So what's the type of match? It will be string. Exactly. So yes, we cannot update tuple, but we can update list. So in X1, can we update second element? I was going to do this thing immediately after this. I got your point. Yes, we can update it. So give it a try. I'll give you another example shortly. So I was going to do the next thing only. So what if I want to update the content of list? We can't update tuple as I told you, but we can update list, right? So whatever content has been here, 8 March, what if I want tomorrow's date now? So I'll simply update it. Okay. So let's say X1 of 2 of 0. It means the value 8. And what if I want to do it 9? I want tomorrow's date. Okay. So it means this value has been updated to 9 now. So let's give it a try. Now let's print. I'll print the whole list now. Instead of printing everything, I'll print the whole X1. Now see the magic. Boom. Rutuja 20, date has been modified to 9 and March. Okay. So inside list, we can modify it definitely. But if you want to try it with tuple, give it a try. It won't happen. So that's the beauty of tuple. Yeah. So moving on to the next thing, we are moving to permutations and combination, which is pretty interesting thing. So yeah, when you download Python 3 or any version of Python in your system, various packages also gets downloaded simultaneously. And as I know, you all must be having good internet connection. That's why we all are connected. So I'll tell you what to do next. Moving to, permutation and combination, as you all know, which you have learned in your maths. So can we append the list also in tuple? Yes, Ruchita, we can append the list in tuple, and I'll discuss this question or whatever queries you have in the end. I'll surely discuss, don't worry. As of now, let's focus on the content, else we'll run out of time, which I don't want. So yeah, if we get time in the end, we'll discuss about it. Else, before starting next session, I'll cover this thing, don't worry. So yeah, permutations and combination plays very important role when it comes to using Python. So as you all know, there are various packages and libraries in Python. Okay, so every library contains some unique, what I can say, facilities. It has some unique requirements, and that's the reason we use it for particular, whatever thing we want. So remember in C++, we used to write hash include stdlio.h, conio.h, math.h, etc. So for, typing, for running some math problems, if I'm not wrong, so if you want to do something related to maths, calculus, or not just basic maths, that we can do here also in Python in very basic way. Just print a 4 plus 5, you will get the value 9. Okay. But when it comes to like some hard mathematical operations, okay, when it comes to some next level of maths where it includes factorial and all these things, okay, there we have to include extra files. So that's why we use include math.io and all. But when it comes to Python, we have to do it in similar way, but we don't have to do it at the first itself. We can do it right now. So we have to import the files. Okay. So for Python and for permutations and combinations, which is a part of tuple. So for that, I'll explain to you in short what permutation and combination is. But before that, we need to, download the file or the package. So just type out with me, import iter tools, ITERTOOLS. So this is the file which we will import from the system. I'm sorry, to the system. So it's a Python package. Yeah. So itertools has been installed in our system. Okay. So in itertools, all the permutation combinations. So just think, okay, just think, what if any, for any sum, actually, even if I tried while learning this whole thing when I used to learn Python. So I wanted to solve the same thing in C. So I tried typing out the whole sum just to, the whole set of code just to find the permutation of one particular set of numbers. Okay, so I just to find out the permutation and combination of 1 2 3, the set of 1 2 3, it took me this much of code. It means like 20-30 lines of code. In Python, don't worry, it's just to do the 3-line things. That's why Python is pretty awesome. So yes, we have import and iter tools, which includes PNC. And now let's import math. Math has also been included. Now let's just remember the syntax, okay? Math dot factorial. So as you all know, in permutation and combination, we need factorial. What is factorial? Factorial is nothing but the multiplication of particular number to its previous numbers. Okay, it means if you want factorial of 5, then it is 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. Okay, and so on and so forth. Like whatever factorial you want, the factorial means its multiplication with its previous term until it reaches to 1. Okay, that's what factorial is. So math dot factorial of what number you want. Can anyone just give me a number quickly? Please don't give it too big because a system will take huge data. 500. Okay, this is pretty big. Anyways, okay. This is the value of factorial of 500. Just within 1 second, we have got this value. Let's try for 3 also, no issues. Math dot factorial. 3 has to be, it has to be 6 for sure. Yeah, okay. It has taken a lot many size, this 500 number in my system, but not an issue. So yes, that's how factorial works. Pretty simple, isn't it? Think about writing this code and see. Just think. So yeah. So let's take an example of permutation now. I'll tell you how to do. So can anyone tell me quickly? Okay, we don't have to run out of time. So can just anyone tell me what's the difference between permutation and combination? Anyone? It's just a one single line difference, to be very honest. Name error, math is not defined. I guess Ruchita, are you? I guess you are using Windows. Without using math, can you just try to run this code? I mean, no, we'll require math for this. Math is not defined. Have you installed math? It's an approximate value. MG Ravindra is saying it's an approximate value. Actually, no, but different thing. I just want to know what's the difference between permutation and combination, if anyone knows. I hope you all have learned it in your, at least in your 11th and 12th standard. Anyone? A short explanation, whatever you feel. At least tell me what is permutation according to you or what is combination according to you. Else I'll explain. Yes, I'm waiting your response. In permutation, Ruchita is saying in permutation, arrangement is not required. In combination, arrangement is required. Vice versa. Yeah, actually in combination, arrangement is not required. So let's say a permutation. So actually in permutation, order matters, and in combination, order doesn't matter. Okay. So if we are taking 3 numbers, 1, 2, and 3. Okay. And if you want to find its permutation, the value will come in 6 different ways. 1, 2, 3, through 2, 3, 1, 3, 2, 1, then and all. So this will be 6 values altogether. We'll try to solve that, no issues, within the next 2 minutes. Whereas in combination, the order doesn't matter. So be it 1, 2, 3 or 2, 3, 1 or 3, 2, 1, anything, all the 6 values are same. So that's the difference between permutation and combination. So yeah, in combination, the order doesn't matter. In permutation, it matters. Okay. So yes, let's start finding the permutation and combination of some numbers. 11 equals to, as I told you, let's take an example, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Okay, I'll just clear the screen. It's looking too messy if you don't mind. L1 equals to 1, 2, 3. I'll just print answer equals to. Remember the syntax. There are very less syntax in Python which you have to remember. Else Python is pretty cool to understand and remember even. Permutations. I hope I'm not making mistakes in the spelling, else it will show me an error. Permutations of L1. Okay. Now I'll print the answer and I'll show you what magic happens here. Haha. It says that the value of permutation has been stored. The value of the permutation of this thing, okay, 1, 2, 3, has been stored at the location this, okay. And now what to do to extract this value? Okay, so we'll have to apply a for loop to take out one by one value from this set, okay, because this value has definitely been stored in the form of whole set, okay. So that's why it's not showing us the proper answer. To take out the answer from this, okay, from this bunch of answers actually, what we will do here is we'll apply for loop to take out one by one all the 6 values from the set of answer that we have got, okay. So for doing that, applying for loop is as simple as general English what we do. So you don't have to do for I in something, and then you remember the syntax we used to apply in C, there I is greater than 1, I plus plus and all that thing. Those who have attended the second session of Python, they must have realized that it's very easy. All the control statements, that is for loop, while loop, blah, blah. These things are pretty simple and pretty human friendly when it comes to Python. So let's type it out. For anything. Yeah, for I in answer, print I. Exactly, Kushank, just like that. So for element I, element anything you can take. For A in answer, it means for one particular thing in answer. So even if you take I here, yeah, even if you take I here, doesn't matter. It means for every single entity in the whole set of answers, okay? So every single entity means whatever 6 permutation values we have got in answer. So we are trying to extract them one by one, okay? So for every element in answer, enter. Now here comes, okay, don't rush in, okay? Here comes the main part, that is indentation. So in every loop that we use in Python, there comes the most important thing, which is indentation. So for that you have to enter tab, okay, tab button. It means that we have entered in for loop now, okay? If you don't put it, it means that this thing, whatever you are mentioning in the next line, it will run parallel to for loop. But we want it inside the for loop, that's why we mention indentation. And if inside also that we want something, that we have to increase our number of tabs, okay? So that's how it works. Element in answer, print, print element. So as simple as that. Boom, we have got all the 6 answers of permutation, which is 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, 2, and these are the 6 permutations which occur from the 3 numbers 1, 2, 3. You can try it for as many numbers as you want, for as many terms as you want. So that's how Python is pretty easy when it comes to permutation and combination. So let's go to the next thing. We will go to, we can try a few more examples in this if you want, or just not to run out of time, we'll go to the next part. And don't worry, if you want, you can practice out permutations and combination by your own in Python. Pretty simple and pretty easy to understand. So let's move on to the next thing. Everyone is ready? Just mention yes one more time, please. Sureel has joined for the first, I guess, newly now. Don't worry, Sureel, you will understand everything, I'm damn sure. Just make sure you are tapping out with me simultaneously. Yes, Rohit is ready, Vrinda, Janesh are ready, Kushang is ready. Okay, great. Let's move on to the next thing, which is creating a list in tuple. Okay, so you must be wondering what is the need of creating a list in tuple. So that I'll explain it to you. Let's just start typing it out. Yeah. L1 equals to Okay, I'll just clear this. I hope everyone has got the syntax. If not, just make sure you're noting it down somewhere, because the recording session will be given to CF Plus members only. So just to remember, make sure you all are saving it, whatever code you are typing out in your system, or at least noting down so that you remember. I'll clear the screen now. L1 is empty list. Okay. I'm doing this because I want to show you how to convert list into tuples. So you must be wondering, converting list into tuples is not a big deal. Okay, we can just do it in simple way. That is L1 equals to tuple of L1. But trust me, all the contents don't get saved in the form of tuples when it comes to tuple, and I'll show you how it works. Okay, so just stay tuned. Just type out simultaneously with me for I in range of what range should I take? Let's say 3. Yeah. Enter. Put tab for indentation. L1 dot append. So yeah, I guess someone was having issue about appending that I'm covering right now. We cannot update tuple. Yeah, can we append the list also in tuple? This was a question by someone, by Rutuja, if I'm not wrong. So yeah, I'm doing the same thing. I'll explain it to you how it happens in tuple also. So don't worry, just stay tuned now. Append. See, I'm appending it in tuple. Okay, I hope you're getting it now. So this was Ruchita's question, if I'm not wrong, so that how to append a list inside a tuple. So that's what I'm doing right now. Input. Those who are wondering what's happening, don't worry, I'll explain it to you once I'm done typing out the whole thing. Enter tuple. How many? Doesn't matter actually. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. So I have to close 3 braces. Boom. And boom. Now I have to enter the values. So I'll enter values as my roll number is 1. My name is Rutuja. My age is 20. I'm taking Python session. I guess no, I have given the range 3 only. So yeah, 3 ranges, it means you have to give input up to 3 only. For I in answer. Sorry, Kushang. Acha, yeah, it was the previous thing. Sorry. Yeah, nothing. So yeah, enter tuple. So we have entered 3 entities inside the tuple. Oh, I'm sorry. What is this happening? I guess I was to mention it. Okay. No issues. We'll try it one more time. I got the error. I mean, for I in range of 3, it wouldn't have mattered actually. The previous thing also that we have, that's here. This would have given the same answer, but I wanted to show you what's the actual difference between list and converting list into tuple. So that's why I wanted to be more precise, and that's why I'm doing it in this way. We're not supposed to do anything here. Enter tuple 1, Rutuja 20. Boom. Okay. So here, what has happened right now here is, first of all, it was a list L1, and for I in range of 3, we have appended the list L1 in the form of tuples by taking the inputs one by one. Okay, so first this one has been installed, has been entered in list L1. Then Rutuja has been entered into list L1, and then 20 has been entered. Okay, but now do you want to see how it looks? So let's print L1, and I'll show you how pathetic it looks. Boom. So what has happened right now? So yeah, what has happened right? I'm sorry. Yeah. literally it has taken every entity one by one and stored it. Okay, so it has not taken the entities in particular string, complete string. It has taken it by one. So if you want to convert a list into tuple, let's say my L1 was, this L1 was 1 comma Rutuja comma 20. Okay, this would have implemented the same thing. Each and every individual entity will come in it and will form different tuples. Okay, so here what happened here is one, this has formed the list only. Okay, so this is tuple inside the list, and tuple includes my Rutuja as every individual entity. Okay, so if you want, if any code comes in this way, that to extract every alphabet from the given string, so there it is useful, but generally it's not. Every alphabet or every entity from the string, if you want to extract one by one in this way, there this thing works, this 2-line code. Okay, but here it's not useful at all, so don't worry. Here comes the role of parsing. So keep this in mind. So what if we don't want this mess to happen, and what if we want every entity to come as individual tuple? Okay, not as individual tuple actually, but all the entities should come together in one tuple only. Okay, so in the whole L1 tuple, we want 1 as first element with the index of 0, Rutuja at second element with the index of 1, and 20 with the third element with the index of 2. Okay, what if we want it in this way? There the role of I'd say parsing comes. Okay, parsing is nothing but merging of what I can say, data in such a way where we'll apply the split function. Okay, so what split function generally does, it will split the whole data, whatever data you have, using what I can say, comma. So as you all know, comma is the main thing which separates two entities in tuple. So using split, we will identify two different entities using comma. Okay, so just type it out with me. Let's say, let's take a TP, the name of tuple, or even you can keep it L1, doesn't matter. TP equals to tuple, open braces, input. Make sure you all are staying here with an open mind. Pretty simple thing, get kind of confusing at first. I mean, for those who are attending it for the first time, but not an issue. Dot. Here I'm using split function. Okay, make sure you're understanding. Split means every entity of the tuple or the list, whatever set you have, it will get splitted using a comma. So what exactly we want to split the list using what? Comma. So that's why we are taking comma here. Okay, this braces has been completed here. This is completing here. I guess 1, 2. Yeah, that's right. We have closed all the braces properly. Enter tuple. Now let's enter the same entity that we have entered here. 1, Rutuja, and 20. 1, comma, Rutuja, comma, 20. Boom. It has been entered. Now print TP, or whatever name you want to give to your tuple. Boom. It has come in the proper tuple way. And if you want to type, if you want to make sure whether it's tuple or not, so print the type of TP, which has to be tuple. See, that's how it works. I hope it was easy to understand. Yes, liked it or not. Mention yes in your chat box if you are ready to go for the further thing, which is more interesting. I know you must be wondering why so many yeses, but I want the enthusiasm from your side. And there is one question from Ruchita. Yes, why there is comma after 1? You mean here, Ruchita, if I'm not wrong? Jinesh is trying. Yes, Jinesh, that's the spirit. Actually, I want from all of your sides. Keep trying. Python is pretty easy as compared to other languages. So yeah, if you keep practicing, trust me, you will learn Python within this complete month. You will be a pro in Python, trust me. So yeah, Ruchita has a doubt. Why there is comma after one here, right? Because we are taking three different entities. Okay, that's why we are separating it using comma. Let's try it in this way. Let's see. Okay, let's do some experimenting, and I expect you all print after print L1. Acha, after L1. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's the problem here. Okay, so it in what I can say, Python or in list, when we try to convert it into tuple, that's the issue which occurs. It tries to consider it as another entity. So here one, we have not mentioned anything, but there is one space. Okay, so that's why it has shown comma here. It means all new things, if you want to add, you can add there. Okay, so that's the basic syntax of Python. We can't help with it. So yes, that's how it is. That's the way it is. So Acha, okay, I hope I have resolved your issue, Ruchita. It's basically the way it is, because it indicates that after one also you can add as many entities as you want. That's why the comma is there. And actually that's the drawback of tuple, like while converting from tuple to Python, that's the drawback, I would say. So yeah, I hope you understood this, Ruchita. If yes, just let me know so that we can move forward. Yeah, Ruchita mentioned yes immediately, so we can move further. If you get it, if not, don't worry, I'll explain to you again in the Q&A session. But without wasting a single minute, let's move on to the next part. Okay, yes. Great. Now I'll show you three major differences of tuples, or of, I would say, string, list, and tuple. How to identify, or when we are taking any input, so how to identify with in what form it has been come. Okay, so to do that, let's do one thing. Answer equals to input. Oops, input. Okay, so input or for, if, or tuple, these are I'd say the keywords of Python, which are already pre-installed in the system as soon as you download the Python. Okay, so try not to mess with it. Make sure you're putting exact input, and if you're taking input here as another keyword from user side, it might show some error. Just give it a try, because these inputs are already installed in the system. Okay, these keywords, so these are, I could say, predefined keywords, so that's why you can't mess with it. So make sure whenever, even if you're typing it out, make sure you're typing it out perfectly. So yes, answer. And what if I want to take 121 something, anything, any value? Now you must, can you just tell me what would be the type of this without typing out? Okay, just shoot. Tell me that what is the type of this thing that I have given as an input. What would be the type of answer? String. Exactly, Ruchita. You're smart. Yeah, the type is string, definitely. We'll still try show you. Print type of answer. Yeah, it's string. Why? Because all the entities that you must be wondering, that we have taken it in the form of integers. So why it's showing a string? Because we have added commas here, and moreover this whole entity considers as string as long as we are not mentioning int. So I would say by default Python takes input as string every time. Okay, so if you want to convert it to any other data type, you need to mention it. So if I'm taking int input, and if these things I would have added, then it would have definitely shown it as integer as a data type. But as we are taking it without what I can say, mentioning it properly, so it will take it as string. So I guess I have explained it to you in the previous session. So still again telling, because there are many newcomers. So let's type out, where is my, yeah, I'm sorry, ans equals to ans And I'm gonna split it down now using the comma again. Okay, now let's print the answer. Boom, you've got it in the form of list. Okay, so whatever inputs you have got here, you've got it in the form of list. Now let's check the type of answer, which is list. Definitely, it's obvious. The square braces indicates it's a list. Okay, what if I want to convert it into tuple? Just a one-line thing. Answer equals to tuple of answer, and print answer. See, now let's check the data type. Boom. So just showing you the big things, to be very honest. I'm sorry. So yeah, basic things as in, what if we give the input, basically the by default input is string. If you want to give it in the form of integer or whatever data type, you have to mention it here. So here, instead of writing input, we are supposed to write ans equals to int in braces input, and then the whole thing. Okay, and make sure you complete the braces. So it means whatever input you are taking, it is in the form of integer. Now what we did here is we converted the input into string, into list by using the split function. Make sure you're understanding it. Then we have converted the list into string. Tuple. So converting the list into tuple is just this line. Answer, tuple of answer. It means whatever answer you have, it gets converted into tuple just by putting a single line code. Okay, and then by printing it, we got the complete list. The integer, the input we took in the form of string has been now got converted into tuples. Okay, so that's pretty interesting thing. You must be wondering that, why this is coming in the form of string, and why not in integer. Okay, so what if you want to print, this is 35 here, right? All these are numbers. Okay, let's try to type the data of the data type of these numbers. Okay, so what do you think? What would be the type of this? Whatever number, the size of this is 4, 0 to 4. So let's print it for 4. Okay, it means the index 4 we are showing here. Yeah, so the value of 35. Okay, the type of 35, which we expect to be integer actually, like basically, but it's not integer, it's string. Okay, you must be wondering why. So that's obvious. See, it has already been generated in the form of string. We didn't mention it in integers. So moreover, it's supposed to come in string only. Okay, these definitely, man, these quotes, single quotes are definitely indicating that it is a string. Okay, so it's it's pretty easy to understand. And data type of elements in tuple actually doesn't matter whether it's a string or integer. So that's not a matter of concern at all, whether your data type here it's string or integer or tuple, because actually the data type in tuple of any element of tuple doesn't count, because it ultimately takes it in the form of string only. So no matter, even if you try to make changes in it to convert it into integer, somehow in the end, while making a tuple out of it, it's going to take it in the form of tuples only. So those who are genuinely understanding or trying to get extract the important data from this today's session, I have a task for you. So I guess Kushang and Ruchita have solved my yesterday's doubt that we had, which we'll be discussing in next 15-20 minutes. Before that, I have another question for you all, and those who are able to solve it for our next session, which will be on 15 March, if I'm not wrong, or 14 was the next Saturday. We'll be having a next session on next Saturday. So I want the answer from your side in next Saturday, and we'll give you an online gift voucher if you are able to answer that for the most feasible. And 14 probably, yeah, exactly. So yeah, for the most feasible solution of the question that I asked, we'll give you something. Okay, so yes, what I I'm sorry, yeah. What I want to do here is I want to extract these elements from this tuple in the form of integer. Okay, so this is coming in the form of string. So write down a code. I'm damn sure half of you must be going to Google it, but before doing that, just give it a try by your own. Try to understand what can be done, or try to use your brain first before using Google, and try to figure out what can be done to extract these numbers from this tuple in the form of integer. I want to extract it in the form of integer because it's showing it as a string here. But what if I want these 1, 21, 4, 74, 23, and 35 to come outside of that tuple in the form of list? I would say list would be work, and inside list it would be in the form of integers. I hope you got my question. So I want the answer about this in the next session. So moving on to the last part, very basic part. This is again the what I can say, basic part actually, which I'll be covering. So, and the last part of today's session. Actually, tuple was very basic and easy topic, and that's the reason I have decided to take these questions in the end, whatever queries you have, so that we can discuss it further. So just take an example. Ex equals to, let's say I have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is supposed to come in this form. What will be, okay, before typing out, what will be the type of this data that we are taking right now? Can you even tell me? Now just don't print the type of Ex and give me the answer. Before doing that, can anyone tell me? Or else I'll just do it. See, pretty basic, right? If you all remember what we did exactly an hour back at the beginning here, if I'm not wrong, I guess here. It has to be here. Yeah. We have taken it just like this. Okay. Without giving the curly braces, but just by giving comma. Same thing we have done here. So without giving curly braces or anything, if you mention something in comma as an input, this thing has to come by default in the form of tuple. And if you don't want that to happen, if you want to take the data in the form of strings, you have to mention it as input. And then the curly brace, I'm sorry, this inside the braces, this data will get stored in the form of strings. Got it? So here it's in the form of tuple. Now let's do one thing. Ex equals to input. The thing I have told you right now, I'm doing that again. Enter a tuple. Okay. Now let's do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Now let's print the type of X. Boom. Magic, isn't it? I mean, if you are not mentioning anything, if you are simply adding, it comes in the form of tuple. And if you are mentioning, okay, inside the input, okay, if you are taking input from user, it's gonna come no matter whatever you symbol you use here, comma, square braces, anything, it will come in the form of string. Now, what if I want all these elements, okay, to come inside a tuple. Okay, so this has been come in the form of string now, and I want to convert it into the tuple. So I'll leave one line so that you'll understand. Ex equals to ex dot split function will apply here one more time. Okay. Yeah. Do you want to see a magic? If we print ex, what happens? Exactly, it will come in the form of list. See, now again to convert it into tuple, we are just gonna do ex equals to tuple of ex, and boom. Now print ex, we have got it in the form of tuple. That's it. That's how tuple works. That's the basic way of uh, like extracting tuple. Now what if, now I'm damn sure these all the elements are in the form of string you have got. What if I want these elements to come in the form of integer? As I told you, actually it doesn't matter. I was expecting this question from your side actually, but because when I was learning Linux, learning Python, I was the one who asked this question, that what if we want this to come in the form of integers? Okay, so instead of coming this in the single quotes, inside single quote 1, inside single quotes 2, inside single quotes 3, and so on and so forth, what if I simply want it as 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5 inside the round braces? What if I want it in this way? So I want the answer of this from your side next time. If not, we'll solve it. Don't worry. So make sure you're trying to use your brain first to try to figure out the answer of this thing. Okay. As I told you, it doesn't matter what is the data type in tuple. So these are string, and these data type doesn't matter whether it's string or integer in tuple, to be very honest. So no matter what kind of work you're doing, it actually doesn't matter in any ways. But still, what if we want to do some extra experimenting things? So just give it a try. So yeah, that's how the tuple is. That was about today's session. We learned everything about tuple, almost everything. We learned permutation and combination also inside this. Make sure you're practicing permutation and combination. Okay, so don't miss out. We have next 1 week. Actually, the next session is on next Saturday. So you have almost 6 to 7 days. So make sure you're practicing on whatever things we have done till the date. Get the recordings from Cyberfrat Plus membership. Get every lecture's recording, start typing it out, start listening to it and code simultaneously. Practice it every day. Because trust me, if you don't practice, if you come blindly for the next session, I'm damn sure you won't be able to understand completely everything. And moreover, I won't be able to see that confidence within you. You won't be able to see it actually. So if you want to be more confident in Python, if you want to be more confident in coding in Python, make sure you're practicing it at least half an hour a day, at least, I say. Okay. So yes, that was about the whole session, today's session. I hope you all have enjoyed. And I hope this has been a valuable session for you in Python. So yes, I'm open to all the queries. So yeah, before queries, let's discuss about the yesterday's question. So I guess Kushang here has solved his EX equals to 1, 2, 3. Ruchita, I didn't get, what do you mean? Just explain it to me. Meanwhile, Kushang and Ruchita, both of you have solved the yesterday's question that I had. Has anyone else solved you? So anyone else has solved? So just let me know if yes. So what was the question yesterday? We took list yesterday. Okay, list and list function. So list has 12 functions basically, and we covered almost all. Okay, 90%. So there we saw that the while sorting, the sorting is one function of list. Okay, and while sorting any function of list, while sorting any list, it has to be of same data type. So what if a list contains number from 1 to 10 in any order, like 4, 3, 1, 10, 9, 6, okay, in that way? And what if we want to sort it? So there is just, it happens in a single line, that is list name dot sort and round braces. So we get the whole list sorted. Similarly happens with alphabets. Okay, if we put Z to Z, B, A, Q, L, M, okay, in that way. And if you want to sort it, you can sort it by putting answer equals to, or whatever equals to the name of list dot sort, and the braces. So we get the answer. We get the whole list sorted. But the yesterday's question was, what if we want to sort this list? Okay, this whole list, which contains different data types. So generally in the whole world, you will find people sorting the list which contains of same data type. It's obvious. Okay, so we'll try to sort integers. We'll try to solve alphabets differently. Okay, but what if we want to solve it all together? So yeah, Ruchita has mentioned something. For I in example 1, anti-I print, input is string and output will be integer. The question, yeah, exactly, Ruchita. That was the question. But I want, okay, so you are mentioning that every output will come in the form of integer one by one, okay? But I want it all together. So I want it to be like, if this is the tuple, okay, I want it like in braces 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, excluding this quotes, okay? So just give it a try. Yeah, before that, Kushang, I hope you're here. Yeah, he's here. Because you are the one who told me that you have solved the question of yesterday's, if I'm not wrong. Let's check it here. Yeah, see, Kushang, you have mentioned you have completed yesterday's challenge and I want the answer now. So just type it down in the chat box. I have written a whole program. Okay, how long is the program? Is it too long? Are we able to solve it out here? Solve it here? How many lines of coding it was for you? Okay, great. L1 equals to D3, yeah. So as you all can see, he has taken the list with different data types. Okay, it means it includes integer as well as alphabets. Print L1. Okay, so T1, T2, T3, comma, comma, comma. For I in L1, if is inst, okay, that is pretty awesome that you know what is instances. That's pretty great to know. But yeah, I'll explain to you what is instance is to rest all people. So you must be wondering what the hell is this? I mean, I don't know what is instant is. So don't worry, we'll cover this thing in our upcoming session. So thanks, Kushang, for your answer. We'll try to solve it, but I'll type it down after the session because I don't want the answer to get revealed. Okay. And when it comes to ease instance, okay, so as I told you, when we'll move on to the further sessions of functions, I'll explain it to you how it works. So I thought you did it without using is instance, but yeah, you use the same thing, and that's how you got the answer. I hope you have got the answer. Yeah, I would completely understand what you have done. It's copy, delve, even to. Okay, great. Okay, pretty good. Actually, it's a pretty good code. I can share my screen if you want. Yes, give it a try. So if you're able to, are you able to share your screen? Just share it. So we all are able to see your answer. You have to stop. Okay, okay, great. I'll stop sharing my screen. Yeah. Share your screen now. I hope you're able to do this sharing thing. Yes, Kusham. I'll stop the video now. Are you sharing the screen? Or is there any issue occurring? Just let me know. Else we'll move on to the further thing. Yes, Ruchita, I'm expecting the answer from your side as well, because I guess you also said that you have done it. See, or this same means you are not able to see anything. That's why this. Okay, great. Go on terminal, and you have typed out this whole code in terminal itself. That's pretty great. and show me the output now. Cyberfrat Python, Kusham, Python 3, test.py. Okay, so what has been happened here is, it's pretty impressive, but yeah, what we have done here is we have given the priority by yourself. Okay. Yes, so everyone, rest all people who have joined this, I just want to tell you what has happened here. We have got this yeah, Kushang, can you just highlight the input that we have taken? Just highlight that part so that I'll be able to explain. Yeah, this was the input that we have taken, L1, and this was the list which includes whole, what I can say, alphabets and integers, different data types. So list generally does sorting for same data types. For different data types, I have given challenge to you all yesterday, and Kushang has solved it in pretty impressive way. So yeah, this was the list, and just to go on to the last part now. This was the code, which I will explain it to you later on, because this is using is instance. Okay, if statement is pretty simple, but for is instance, I'll explain it to you in the upcoming sessions. So don't worry about it. And just go down, Kusham, for the last part. I mean, what happens after sorting it? The final answer, actually, I expect. No, the final answer. What is the output? Exactly. See, this was the list, previous line. We have got this list, and yeah, the final line, can you just highlight that line also? The output. As you all can see, this thing has been sorted by taking integers first, followed by alphabets. Okay, so it's basically on us in what way we have to sort it. Okay, so it's about us actually. He has given the priority to list here. If you I'm sorry, to integers here, as you all can see, and later on the priority has been given to alphabets. You can do it. You can give the priority to alphabets first and following the integers. So that's up to you. So that he has done using the above coding. So Ishan can just highlight C. Okay, you have the cursor exactly. So I can't show exactly, but yeah, this is the line where he has added this two, what I can say, T1 and T2 were the two list. So what basically he has done is he has separated two lists. Okay, first list was for integers, second list was for alphabets. Then he sorted those two lists, what I can say, differently. So he first sorted integers, then he sorted alphabets, and then he merged T1 dot T2, T1 plus T2. If he would have done T2 plus T1, then we would have got the answer as alphabets first and later on integers. Pretty good job, Ishan. I'm sorry, Kishan. I liked it. So just stop sharing your screen now. Okay, great. That's lovely. This was pretty insightful session today. I hope you all have learned something. Don't worry, the what I can say, the data, the coding of this question that we just recently saw, many of you might not be understood it, but is instant part. But that we'll be covering in the next session. That this topic has not been covered yet in our syllabus. This comes inside by a function. So I'll be covering function shortly. So make sure you all are staying tuned with me. Before that, just give a quick response about today's session. I want a quick feedback from your side, what you felt about today's session, whether you liked it, you expect me to continue in the same way, or you want any changes. If you want any changes from my side, just let me know. Just mention it in your chat box right now.